Lord Falcom is fleeing the scene of the battle. He is running along the riverbank and suddenly stops for a moment. He sets down the unconscious Tony and begins checking him for wounds from his bruised leg on up. When he gets to Tony's battered head, he takes off the hat, only to be surprised by the massive fluffles as he spills out. Falcom holds his breath for a second. Then he picks up Fluffles the Miss Rabbit, the loose shape conforming to his arms. He walks to the riverbank and shakes Fluffles loose. "Be free, little one. Make your own adventure." And he turns around, picks up the unconscious Tony once again, and begins his run back to his team and their getaway.
Last time on Lost Legends of Scadrial,
I wanted to see if I can snake around and then to simultaneously throw coin shots at these individuals.
Tony is running straight at Nervous Guy to hit him with the dueling cane.
Well, if Tajmil didn't grab the guy, she'd grab the guy and disappear into the mist because she can see.
And he's just going to start running for the archer as fast as he possibly can.
and then Tony, how much do you want to defend with?
Tony is going all in on this charge, so none. Ow!
Then I'm just gonna scream that I have him and then run off with him.
I'm torn because I'm not sure whether Tony would be fearing for his life being on like his last leg or whether he would still be all in on his distraction. And I think Tony will be all in on his distraction.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna do 2 damage to you. So you are incapacitated.
1v1 me, bro.
You are going to knock him unconscious.
Okay, so I'd pick him up and book it.
Hello, and welcome back to the Lost Legends of Scadrial Mistborn Adventure Game Podcast. I'm your host and narrator, Trevor. You can find me on the 17th Shard forums as 5th of Daybreak, and with me are the rest of the Lost Legends.
I am John. I go by Clovermite on the 17th Shard forums, and I play Tony Darkomancy.
I'm David, and I play Lord Falcom.
My name is Brian, and my character goes by the name of Tajmil.
My name's Kelly, and I play Merda.
In the swirling mists, 3 groups of people flee from the dying embers of a campfire. The first group, terrified, leaves their companions to their fate in a mad dash, doing their best to avoid being targeted by the Allomancer besieging them. The second group leads away a confused man from his former captors, doing their best to guide his steps through the misty night. In the last group, a large man carries away his unconscious companion. In moments, the night is still again, the last breaths of a dying fire offering its heat to the cold and hungry air. Eventually, once they feel as though they are free from any pursuing forces, the Lost Legends regroup at a predetermined location to discuss their next move. Alright, where do you guys meet up?
I would guess the boat, right? I mean, we didn't exactly decide that, or did we? I have no idea. It has been too long.
Yeah, I don't think it was specifically mentioned, but for retcon's sake, we can say you had a plan to meet up back at the boat.
Well, I mean, that's just common sense, I would think, too. Like, we're not going to all hoof it back to...
I vote boat.
Yeah, but same here.
All right.
So you guys arrive back at the boat, which has been tied to a tree and is moored in the waters. Tony is still unconscious. Tajmil and Merda, you would have gotten there first with the metallurgist in hand. And you see Lord Falcom walk up carrying an unconscious Tony Darkomancy in his arms.
My God, what had happened?
He took on a little bit more than he could chew, but he's still alive. Do either of you have any medical experience?
Not that I know of.
Don't look at me.
did we get the metallurgist?
Yep, he's right here.
Well, then let's get out of here. Tajmil, can you pilot this boat out of here?
Well, I got it somewhere the first time. I can certainly try.
Alright, well, I'll do whatever you need me to do. Merida, you might need to just tend to Tony as best as you can.
I do want to point out that it's still at night, and the mists are out, so visibility is awful for just about everybody.
Except for Merda.
Except for Merida.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, shoot. Well then, why don't we do this? Lord Falcon, why don't you take over the helm, and then that way we can have Merida essentially act as our eyes and ears through the night while I take care of... Yeah, while I take care of Tony, see if I can't, wake him up.
Alright, sounds good.
So is Tony, just laying on the ground then?
Well, on the boat, I would have laid him down on the softest spot. Do we have a room on this boat? We haven't really explored this boat, have we?
Yeah.
Not much.
What is this boat that we are riding upon?
It's a much smaller vessel. There's no room for passengers. There's, most of it's taken up by a cargo bay, and there is room for the very small crew, which would probably be about the size of the group you have now. But there's not soft bunks. They just have hard bunks with, a little bit of padding and some blankets.
Right on.
Well, that's somewhere to lay him that he won't just be on the deck.
Yep.
Then Lord Falcom would have carried him to the bunk that he would have known about instead of just throwing him down or anything. So Lord Falcom will take his position at the helm and wait for Merida to give him direction. And I don't know how we just have to cut our line, don't we?
Pretty much. And then you'll be setting out back on the stream towards the river.
Or reel it in instead of cutting it so we can reuse the anchor.
He just tied it to a tree. You didn't use an anchor.
Oh, that's right.
Alright, I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to have I'll have Lord Falcom roll his Merida's wits minus his wits. So it'll be a roll of 5.
Wait, what? What is
only
this?
he rolls?
Yeah, we'll only have him roll because Merida will be giving him the information. But due to the way that you guys have to pilot this boat, I'm going to have Merida's wits minus Lord Falcom's wits as the roll. So that'll be a roll of 5 if Merida's burning tin.
Alright.
So I have to roll a 5, or I have 5 to roll?
You have dice pool of 5.
Okay. And I don't get any pluses to this?
What's that?
Said I wouldn't get any pluses to this.
You're technically getting a +1 from Merida.
Oh, okay. So, what roll is this even? Just
I'm going to keep it as a secret difficulty this time.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun. Well, I got a pair of 2s and a 6. So, one nudge.
I had set the difficulty at 3.
That nudge should help me out just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You have torn the sails on the tree as you were leaving. So I'm not going to sink the boat, which I could have done because it was already pretty beaten up by Brian's attempts at piloting earlier. But you are very, very slow. And you're going to have a difficult time heading towards Elendel.
Merida calls him an idiot.
Quiet down. You're not piloting. Did you tell me about that tree?
I technically am. You're just not doing it.
Tajmil, are you doing anything to try and care for Tony?
Oh, yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take out my victuals, and I'm going to just sort of scatter him all over Tony while he's sleeping there, and take my bird out and give him something to do. See if that'll rile him up.
Acupuncture via the Sonichu.
Essentially.
All right, give me a spirit roll then.
I'm going to take the opportunity before you set that roll up. Just as a quick reminder, Tony has a golden pocket watch. And knowing Tajmil's nature, I'm sure that might be distracting.
I'll see what the bird does. So it's a 6?
You've already spent 2, so make it a 4.
So 4. Okay. Okay, I got 2 2s, a 4, and a 3.
All right. Considering you just threw food on him and had your bird do all the work, I set the difficulty at 5. So, Tony now has a busted lip in addition to the rest of it. We're not going to make it a negative trait or anything, but like he has a scratch on his lip that he didn't have before when Sonichu got a little too feisty and pecked at his mouth.
And a subconscious hatred of Sonichu.
And just in perfect dramatic timing, Tony unconsciously lets out a groan.
Tony, why don't you give me a physique roll?
I got a pair of 3s and a nudge.
All right, after about 10 minutes of Sonichu pecking at you, you wake up to this crow, like, just gnawing at your lip.
Wow! What is going on? And Tony would then immediately, after, like, shooing the bird away, like, eyes go wide. Wait, where's Fluffles? And, like, reach for his hat, but I don't know. Can he get up? You're groaning, like, ah!
Tony, your hat is gone.
Tony just stares dead at the walls, shocked. Where's Fluffles? And yeah, pretty much, he's not going to be able to focus on anything until he finds Fluffles. So he's just like frantically looking around, not really acknowledging reality around him.
All right, you search the whole cabin. You throw everything that's not nailed down around, but nowhere in this room that you've been laid down can you find your hat or Fluffles.
No! In traditional cliche, kneeling down on the ground. And he's very distraught and unconsciously sends out a wave of anguish rioting.
All right, go ahead and roll that. Everybody else roll their spirit.
And then, is it still a 5, or do we need to subtract like you said?
You will still subtract 2 dice, because your health is still at 0.
Okay, so a 3.
Just pair of 3s?
No, I was saying
3
the dice. So I got a pair of 1s and a nudge.
All right, everybody else roll their spirit.
I got 2 6s, 2 6s, a 5, and a 1.
I, too, have 2 6s, a 4, and a 2.
I have 2 6s, a 5, a 1, and a 2.
All right, well, this is a perfect time to make the announcement I forgot earlier. I played a game where I wasn't the narrator at Gen Con, and the narrator there had an interesting house rule, where if you get 2 nudges and no pairs, you can choose to re-roll your dice minus those 2 6s. So if everybody wants to re-roll, you can, but that's up to you.
Yep, I'll re-roll.
Sure.
And make sure you leave out those 2 6s that you got.
So
Okay,
keep
do
the 2
those still
6s?
count for us?
No, those are spent to re-roll the
No.
rest of your dice.
Okay. I still got nothing. So
I have 2 1s.
And Brian, did you get anything with your 2 dice?
I didn't re-roll 2 dice. I kept the original.
Okay. And then Tony had gotten 2 1s and a nudge, correct?
Correct.
Everybody just feels this crushing sorrow wash over them. Except for the metallurgist, who just kind of looks around as everybody's mood just goes sour, and he's just like, you guys just rescued me. What's with the long face here?
It's just that rabbit's missing now. I don't know why it's bothering me like this.
Tajmil, you'd probably still be down with Tony, so I don't think you'd be there to hear. It'd be more Merda and Lord Falcom, who just suddenly went somber in front of him.
Oh, so we're on a cruise liner?
Well, you're down in the crew quarters with Tony.
Oh.
I don't think you'd be very happy if you had just had to fight through a bunch of men and save somebody you don't even know.
Yeah.
What's your story anyways?
Well, I've been working at finding new metals for people to use for the last while, and I guess from what they were saying, somebody from the other city really liked my work and they were trying to steal me away. There's some sort of rivalry going on. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to politics these days. I'm a little absorbed in my work, if you know what I mean.
That sounds like a horrible choice.
Well, I don't like you very much anymore. Thanks for rescuing me, no thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
Why don't you go rest in the crew cabins where you'll be a little bit safer? Merida, keep giving me directions and let's hopefully not wreck this boat.
That's on you.
You're my eyes. I can't see anything in this.
And I've been great at it.
We'll see. And we keep continuing piloting the boat. Are we out of the stream and onto the main river yet? Or
yeah, we'll say that's where you are. Kelly, give me a roll of 9 for your wits.
So I got 2 1s, 2 3s, and 2 nudges.
All right, Lord Falcom, go ahead and add 2 dice and give me a spirit roll.
add 2 dice. All right, so 6. Yep. I got 3 1s, and that's the only thing that
Just
matters.
3 1s?
Yep.
All right, you guys keep sailing. You don't hit anything, but you're really just not making much progress up the river at all now that you're back in the main current and you're fighting against it with the torn sails. It almost feels like you're at a dead standstill.
Okay, how far did we get? I forget. It was like only half a day travel or something, wasn't it?
You had traveled for most of the day downriver, and then it was early in the morning the next day when you split off from the main boat.
Quick interjection. Before the boat gets too far, once Tony recovers a bit of his wits, he's immediately going to be looking for like some kind of life preserver and some kind of like rowboat to basically try and go back to the battle and find Fluffles.
Okay, so you just like rush out of the cabin and...
Yeah, frantically he's like, must find Fluffles.
Why don't you give me a spirit roll? That'll be 3.
So 1?
A minimum 2, so roll me 2.
Alright, 6 and a 3, so I got nothing.
Alright, you don't find a life preserver or a smaller boat.
Okay, so then he goes to just jump off the back of the boat.
Does anybody like see that or like?
How much noise are you making? Are you like saying Fluffles as you like run around?
I mean, not like
isn't he
loudly,
banged
but
up, like
yeah,
to the point
muttering.
that
Yeah, he's kind of like
not paying attention. So he's any
like,
noise that he would make just wandering around, he's making it.
And he's kind of stumbling. So I'd say he'd be fairly obvious to the rest of the group.
All right. Well, if I see him going for the edge, I'm gonna go grab him.
All right. Give me a physique roll.
Okay.
Do I need to roll one in opposition?
If you want to, that's up to you.
Yep, he's going for Fluffles.
Okay, I got 3 2s and 3 nudges.
A pair of 6s. How does that work?
You'd get the
Not
option
well.
to re-roll, but you'd have nothing left in your dice pool.
Well, I elect to re-roll nothing then.
Would either of you like to narrate how this scene goes?
Sure. Lord Falcom would grab Tony by the scruff of his collar and throw him back into the boat. And then, while still holding on to him, would say to him, "If I need to, I will tie you down. We need to get out of here. What are you trying to do?"
And Tony hits the deck, the wind goes out of him, and he's just kind of as much as he can urge himself and like tries to stumble up with his strength as much as he can muster and just kind of like weakly can't get anywhere. And he tries to like crawl on the ground towards the edge of the boat.
I'm just going to pick him up and take him into the cabin and tie him to a bed.
All right. Tony, are you still resisting?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Give me one more, this time wits versus physique.
Oh, why wits?
Wits for Falcom.
Wits for me?
Yep.
Oh, so I have to tie him in very well?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see
then.
then.
Do I roll physique?
Yep. So another roll of 2.
Oh, I got nothing, so...
You got pair 2s.
All right. Lord
I got
Falcom,
a nudge. But...
you feel as if you've tied him down sufficiently, and you leave him to stay in the cabin. Tony, you are able to somehow use your sleight of hand to make it look as though the knot is secure, and as soon as he leaves, you just pull on a piece of the rope and it unties itself.
Yeah, magic skills coming into play. Yeah, Tony's immediately gonna, like, crawl back slowly to the edge of the boat. He has, like, no energy at this point, but he's inch by inch making his way.
I think that, like, as soon as I leave the cabin, I'm gonna point at Tajmil and point back to the cabin and be like, watch him. Make sure that we don't have problems. We need to get back to Elendel.
All right, Tajmil, a few minutes after Lord Falcom heads back up to the deck, you see Tony crawling out. But really quick, Merda, you see Tony rush out on deck, and he starts running towards the edge of the deck to jump off, and after looking around frantically, mumbling about Fluffles. As soon as this happens, Lord Falcom rushes over to grab Tony. What do you do?
I just mutter idiots and go back to looking out.
All right, everybody give me a spirit roll.
Okay. What are we doing here?
I got a 6, a 4, a 3, and a 1.
4 and a 5.
1, 2, 4, 6. So just a nudge.
2 6s.
Do you want to re-roll?
Yeah.
We have anything left to re-roll with?
Merida will roll with 3.
I got 2 4s and a 6.
All right. You just happen to glance out over the water again and realize that the boat has turned and is heading straight towards a rock near the shore. And so after realizing this, thanking your lucky stars, you realize that when Lord Falcom went to get Tony, he left the helm and left the boat to just drift. And so you rush over and you grab the steering wheel and at the last moment are able to steer it away from this rock and keep the boat going on its way.
Oi, idiots! What you doing? Get back to whatever. Do the boat. God.
Someone needs to restrain this fool.
We also need to not die.
And let's jump back to you. Tony has just crawled out from this room where Lord Falcom had told you he had tied Tony up.
I'm sitting there flipping a coin saying, not so fast, buddy. If there's one thing I know about prisoners, it's that they're not supposed to be allowed to walk wherever they want on the boat. And then, of course, he's not a prisoner, but how would you respond?
Tony doesn't even really hear you. He just keeps crawling.
Then I come up and I give him a big hug, and I would pick him up as best I can. I'm not sure how heavy is Tony.
He's a full-grown man, so he's not light.
All right, yeah, I pick him up, and I'm just giving him a hug, and I'm like coaxing him back into the original area.
Give me a physique roll. And I'm going to give you +1 because of Tony's concussion.
Okay. Oh, good. I'm going to need it. I only got 3 for physique. Okay, I got a 5, a 4, or 2 4s, a 5, and a 6.
All right, yeah, you just kind of you find some steel to brace yourself on, and you just use some of your coin shot powers and just kind of walk him back into the cabin.
Okay.
Tony, are you still full Fluffles resist mode?
Absolutely. Roll the 2?
Yep, roll the 2.
Nothing. 5 and a 6.
All right, I'm going to say that you pass back out again then. No. Just the strain of everything.
Fluffles.
Put you back unconscious. With the Tony disaster finally calmed down again, you guys are able to continue your voyage as long as you wanted to go tonight. Were you trying to make it all the way back? Or are you just trying to make some distance between where you were?
Honestly,
let's make it all the way back.
Did we notice that we're not really making headway? You told us earlier, we're going very slow.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the current is winning the fight. You're not going backwards, but you're not making much headway.
Lord Falcom would try and look out for another vessel. We could probably hitch another ride, a lot faster than this one, since it's pretty banged up. But, there's no other choice but to go, back towards Elendel, even if we have to fight the current.
Okay, so you're not going to try and, find a spot to pull over?
Yeah, well, unless I think that it's, significantly, I could walk there faster than we're traveling on boat.
You probably could.
Tony's
on your own, but with the whole group and with Tony out of commission and fighting to go the other way when he's back in progress, it probably would be either slower or about the same.
Okay, so then I would just keep piloting the boat and try and hail down any other ships that we see.
All right, give me one last spirit roll for this, then.
Okay. Screen timeout is getting annoying. I got 2 5s. A 2 and a 1.
Wow. Miraculously, you see another boat start coming up behind you, heading in the direction of Elendel.
Is there like a SOS of this world of Scadrial, or like a red flag, white flag, or something to like try and flag these guys down? For
the sake of simplicity, we'll just say yeah.
Okay, we just wave a white
use
flag.
The universal naval code for this canal is kicking our ass.
Yeah.
You wave over the captain. Are you just going to leave the boat, or are you asking for a tow?
I'm going to ask permission to come aboard.
Aye, come on over.
I'm just going to jump the gap.
All right, give me a physique. Difficulty 1.
Oh, you're gonna make me roll this. Okay. Yeah, I got 3 3s and 2 nudges. So,
do you want to give it some flair as you jump?
No, I'm just simply coming over, and then I give a little bow to the captain as I come over.
What seems to be the trouble, laddie?
Well, our recently acquired vessel has been giving us a little trouble of late. We're scant on crew. We have an injured man and another man that's not much use on the sails. We were wondering if we could get a tow or a ride back to Elendel. You'd be well compensated. You can have the boat.
You do remember it's not your boat, right?
Yeah, but you can have it. I mean, it's our boat now. Trust me, I know all about that process.
Position is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a captain who is back at port, upset about his missing vessel.
Listen, we don't need to get into detail.
I don't care. I don't know that. I mean, I might know that, but I don't know that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Give me a resources +2 roll then.
Yeah, because I have a boat right there. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to bargain with stuff I don't have. I got me a boat. I got 2 5s and a 6.
Okay, yeah,
that was actually really well.
If you're really willing to give up this vessel, I mean, she looks a little worse for the wear, but we can give you a tow.
Maybe some gold and a tow. We're in a rush, but...
Aye, we'll strap you down and get you back to Elendel. The name's Dale Bowman. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Hold on tight.
Yes, sir, and I'll hop on back with the straps.
We'll go ahead and gloss over all this. I don't think it'll make for very interesting audio for a group ride back. But at this time, I think what I would like to do is get everybody the opportunity to use some of their advancements.
Ooh, fancy.
This isn't technically a long breather. It's going to be a very short time span, but I do want to give you guys an opportunity to spend what you already have. So, with apologies to Tony, you're not going to be able to get rid of any of your burdens. But if you wanted to do something along the lines of upgrading your allomancy or anything like that, go ahead and open up that list and let me know if there's anything that anybody wants to do.
Yeah, I probably want to save up a little bit more, to be honest.
And then, Tajmil, if you wanted to teach Sonichu a trick, we had decided that would be the same cost as adding a new trait.
Okay.
Oh, that's only 4. You can do that. God, that's dangerous.
And everybody should have at least 10.
So I can do that twice then?
You can only do 1 advancement per round.
Can I teach Sonichu to talk?
You could teach him a couple of simple words.
Okay, I want to do that.
What words in particular would you like to teach him?
Basic things like stop, ow.
I'll go ahead and let you choose 3 words for him to know.
3 words. All right. Okay. Give me a moment to think that over.
What's a stunt?
Stunt are things that you can do with your allomancy. The stunt that you have right now is the one that lets you recognize anybody's voice once hearing it after one time.
I think I want to go with the blind eye one.
The blind sight? Okay. So go ahead and subtract 4 advancements from your character sheet and add the blind sight trait. All right, Falcom, you did not want to spend any of yours?
Yeah, I want to keep saving up, I think. All the cool stuff's at the bottom.
I know what I want to teach my bird.
Granted, you only have space for 3 more advancements.
Oh, and then I can't use them anymore?
Well, and then you can't gain any past then.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that was this many. I didn't really count out. So I have 17.
Trevor, my 3 words are as follow. Octong, clear, and follow.
What's the first one?
Octong.
What is that?
Warning.
Means stop in German.
No, that's halt.
Oh, my bad.
Later on, you'll be able to train him when it's appropriate to use each of these.
How much is it to, level up one of my attributes?
Increase 1 attribute is 5.
I'm gonna say he's gonna level up his spirit then. This is a trying time for him, and he's learning how to be stronger.
Sure, go ahead and spend 5 advancements and upgrade your spirit by 1.
Yeah, I almost want to, you know what? I am going to do that. Can you go above 10 on your stats?
It wouldn't matter if you did, because 10 is your maximum dice pool.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm thinking about doing it for my health.
Oh, yeah, your resiliences can go above it, because those are equal to your adding across.
Oh, okay. So if I plus my physique or my resources, I get more health?
Yeah, you'll be at a health of 11.
Okay, well then I will spend 4 to up my resources. Or 5, yeah.
Okay. And with that, we will jump back into the story. You guys have arrived back in Elendel. We'll say it's midway through the next day, because somehow you found the one and only ship on all of the rivers that both goes at night and is pretty quick up the river, thanks to that incredibly high spirit roll that Lord Falcom made earlier. And you're towed right into the harbor, where some crew from the same dock that you were at earlier comes out to meet your vessel and pull it back in. Tony, you would be awake back at this time.
Tony is just sullen and quiet right now. And his eyes dart around suspiciously.
Where are we all? Are we, getting off the boat together, or?
You were just getting, pulled towards the dock as, they threw you ropes you threw the ropes to the dock hands, and they're kind of, pulling you in and securing the vessel.
Alright, well, I'd grab up our metallurgist and get the group around. Say, alright guys, we gotta get to Lord Spook's manor as quick as possible. We don't want anybody trying to ambush on our way there. Let's go.
Oh, everybody regain 1 of each of their standings that you've spent.
Okay. 1 from each?
1 from each that you've spent, but Falcom will probably stay the same, because you had to spend 1 resource to hire the boat.
Oh, okay. Well, that's... Alright. Oh, I didn't have 1 mark. No, we got paid back for the boat, remember?
No, I mean to hire the boat to tow you.
Oh, well, I had to use 1 for that? I thought we bargained for that.
You said gold instead of giving him the boat, right? Or are you just giving him this boat?
No, I meant that he would pay me some gold for the boat.
Oh,
as well. So
okay.
A little bit extra. Yeah.
We can't
sorry,
be
that was
a
not
charity
clear.
scheme.
Yeah. It's a whole boat for a tow. I mean, it's not really.
That's kind of not fair.
Well, I want to say one more time, this is not your boat.
Let me handle that. You let me handle that, all right? This is our boat now.
Yeah, I mean,
am the captain now.
Anyways, have I healed any? Because I was pretty roughed up. That is my main reason for not going back at all, is I was 3 damage away from, unconscious.
I think everybody recovers 1 of each.
Okay.
So that puts Tony back at 0.
You'll be at 1 instead of... instead of having 12 damage, we'll just say that you went back to 11.
You mean 10, right?
Yeah. I meant initially instead of being -1 health.
Gotcha.
Are we all complying and getting off and, like, just going for it?
Yeah, here's the thing, though. That boat, I'm going to have to deal with this ship captain, all right? So I'm going to have to break off, and because we are back at that dock, right, Trevor?
You're back at the same dock where you started from.
So then that's where I got the boat from, correct?
You got the boat from the middle of a stream offshooting the Iron Gate River.
Oh, well, shit. Let's forget about that then.
Standing at the head of the pier is the original owner of the boat.
I am going to have to approach him and see if we can't cut out a deal. Where is the boat located? Is he able to see it?
Yeah, he is looking at his boat, and he has a very happy expression on his face.
Okay, well, I got some bad news for you.
You found my boat! I thought it was gone for good! Like, what?
Here's the thing. Did you hit your head at all?
What? It hit my head? No, my boat was stolen from me, and I told you if you find it, I'd give you a reward.
Remember you from earlier, and this isn't your boat. It looks an awful lot like it, but trust me, this is not your boat.
Aye, it isn't his boat. It's my boat. You promised it to me.
Yeah.
And the other captain walks up to where you two are talking.
Okay, guys, here's the deal. I really need this boat a lot more than you guys do, and I'm the one that got it back. So, the way I'm looking at things, either I'm going to have to be heavily compensated for this, or I'm keeping the boat.
Heavily compensated. You agreed to give it to me when you were out stuck on the river. Or at least your friend there did. Points to Lord Falcom.
Lord Falcom is gathering everyone and trying to get out of there.
Tajmil?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying that this boat...
he's taking the metallurgist bodily, and he's, going to Lord Spook's manor.
Listen, guys, I don't know how to tell you this any other way, but the boat is staying with me. Now, if you got a deed for it, I'd sure like to see that.
Just right up the way. We can go talk to the dockmaster, and he'll produce my paperwork. It's been filed.
No, we're not doing this. We're not going through this rigmarole so that you guys can try and screw me out of my boat. This boat is staying with me, or we're going to have to throw down some coin, and I don't mean to buy it.
Tony is going to interject riot-wise at this point. He's going to blast everyone with an enormous wave of sadness. And he's going to interrupt and say, "Gentlemen, I just lost my best friend. Sir, I will pay you 1.5 times the value of that boat if you turn back around and take me to go find him." And he's talking to the one who's saying it's my boat now.
Okay. Give me a resources roll.
Do I need to do the rioting first?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So is that still 3?
Nope, you're at 1 health, so you don't have that penalty anymore.
Oh, great. Do I get any bonus for spectacle and misdirection as my specialty?
You're not really trying to mislead him in any way.
No, spectacle. It's not misleading. The spectacle is the other part of it, right? Distraction.
Yeah, I don't think that necessarily fits here. You're being upfront and honest, and you're just using your allomancy. So that wouldn't necessarily make your allomancy any more powerful.
I rolled a pair of 2s and 2 nudges.
Alright, go ahead and add 2 to your resources roll then.
Alright, so that means I'm 8 for resources, right?
You'll be at a full 10.
Oh, right, yeah. Alright, I got a bunch of 4s and 1 nudge.
Yeah, he didn't roll anything, so he agrees. And he is willing to turn around and take you there.
Whoa. Just turns around and starts heading towards the boat.
Hold on. First of all, this is my boat. Second of all, if the ship captain originally is...
No. The one that towed us.
Oh, the one that towed us?
Yeah, Tony is taking out of the equation the guy who is arguing that the boat is now his.
All right, I got
by paying for it and then some to go back.
Tony,
And I think I'm actually going to have you spend.
Hold on a minute, Tony. Tony,
that was,
can I interject in this and just say this? Hey, I've got a boat. I've got this guy hounding my back, to say give him his boat. It's not his boat. Why don't we just split this banana stand and go get your rabbit? Trust me, I know how it feels to be separated from your pet. And it's nice. It's really, really nice. So I don't want you to be having that sort of luxury.
You take that boat out on the water and you're going to sink every penny that I put into it. Look at it. You already tore the sails. The hull is halfway to busting. You're going to sink it before you're even out of the harbor. You had to get towed here. Just give me my boat back. I'll give you the reward that was promised and we can go our separate ways.
What reward? Because, I'm a very greedy person. Like, I need to feel like I've gotten more out of it than initially agreed upon.
You didn't agree on anything with me. I just told you I'd give you a reward for getting my boat back, and now you're acting like you finding my boat that I told you was missing makes it yours.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. It's just, I'm so used to stealing things all the time that it's a difficult habit to break, and it's really become part of my very being. What sort of reward were you talking about? I'll just take the reward and go with my friend to help him find his missed rabbit.
All right, metagaming. It'll be enough to increase your resources by 1 permanently.
All right, definitely then. Yeah,
and we'll make that across the board for everybody.
Awesome. So everybody.
So I'm up on 4.
Yep.
All right. So how far has Lord Falcom got from all this? Like,
Merda, were you going with Lord Falcom, or what were you doing?
I was just watching it happen. Thought it was funny.
Oh, you're just watching them argue back and forth? All right, Falcom, you are beyond the docks.
All right, well, did I see, Tony's whole stunt?
I'd say if you wanted to just book it out of there, you don't know anything about what's going on back there.
That seems like it might complicate things.
Yeah, I thought that we were split up. I thought that Merida and the Allomancer went with Lord Falcom, and they just booked it out of there as basically they could see the poop storm brewing.
Nope, I was watching.
Yep, I think Merida's just enjoying the show. So
I don't think I would have fully left the area if no one came with me.
You're just kind of waiting outside of the.
Yeah, I'm waiting to watch. He'd probably stop with Merida, wherever Merida is. Is she on the boat still, or on the dock, or what?
I'm where I can hear everything and see everything.
So you could probably do that from halfway out of the dockyard then, since if you were burning tin.
That's too much effort. I'd just be close. Maybe a foot away.
A foot away?
You're just leaning up against both of them.
Notebook out, taking notes.
Okay, maybe 5 feet away.
So then, guys, Tony's kind of wanting to go AWOL. So why don't we split up? That way we can get more things covered and let the pieces fall where they may.
And just to throw in to what Tony's doing, Tony's not waiting for anyone to talk any sense. He is immediately, as soon as that captain said sure, he's walking towards the boat.
Shoot. I think that what we need to do is we need to split. So I Merida, why don't you go with Tony?
Well, who's talking to who right now?
I'm talking. I'm talking together. I rush back to. Well, I bump into Merida as I'm rushing to Lord Falcom to tell him Tony's leaving right now. We got to make a tactical decision. We got this Allomancer. We can't keep holding on to this ember. We got to deal with this thing. And then we got Tony. Who he's off his flipping nut right now.
Yeah, I'd like to not hang out at this dock and maybe say hi to my family.
All right, so why don't you do this? Why don't you and Merida, you guys go with Tony and let me take the Allomancer back to his place.
No. Tony needs to realize this is foolhardy. He's half past dead. I'm injured. I don't know how you two are.
You guys can handle it.
I can't. I don't want to fight again right now. I want to take this man to Lord Spook's manor and get my money and complete this task.
Why don't you do this then?
Tony is being foolhardy, but
I'll go with Tony then. You take this guy back to his home base, and, we'll just meet up from there. But know that, I'm going to need a piece of that, some of them clams that we're getting for bringing this feller back.
Well, we're a group. We're all going to split it evenly. Can you convince Tony not to go right now, that we'll go afterwards?
I understand how it feels, having a pet.
This will take all of an hour.
Of that, Tony is going to try and be gone while everyone is talking and arguing.
Give me a charm roll.
I'm just going to say, if the boat has it separated from the dock and it's in the river.
We're figuring that out now.
Depending on that, I might be coin shot into the boat.
Nothing, just a nudge.
All right, he wants to at least offload his cargo first.
Okay, well, yeah, you go with the Allomancer, get the stuff. We'll be back in a bit. I know how it feels to be missing your pet, and I need to help out Tony.
Okay, I just want you all to understand we could do this much, much better in a couple hours' time.
This guy is off his nut.
All right. If you want to take responsibility for him, go ahead.
Merda's gonna just go over to Tony and just start talking to him.
All right, let's jump to that. What are you saying?
I'm like, hey, bud, I'm powerful, right? I have a lot of connections and stuff. And I know your pet, Fluffles. I miss him too, very dearly. He was a very, very interesting bird. But I have connections. I could probably get him back better than he was before for you. So why don't you come on with us? We can take care of it.
Tony's not responding at all. He's just focused, head down.
She's gonna kick him.
Really?
He's not listening to her. She's gonna kick him.
All right, two physique. Let me see another miracle.
Didn't say it would go well. She's just gonna kick him.
What does Tony need to do as far as defending against that?
Go ahead and roll your physique.
She got 2 5s.
Nothing.
Are you kicking him in the bad leg?
I'm sure I just kicked him.
All right. Tony, you fall over after getting kicked in your bad shin.
Tony immediately retaliates with as strong of a wave of hopelessness right at her with rioting. He's going to flare.
All right. Roll 6. And Kelly rolls, Merda rolls spirit.
All right. 3 6s. So he is going to re-roll. Do I just take 2 or do I take all 3?
Just take 2.
I got 2 1s and a 6.
Just 2 1s.
You still have that 6 from left over, or did you re-roll that?
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I guess we tied.
Merda, you just feel this creeping sense of existential dread fill you.
And Tony, through clenched teeth while he's face planted in the ground, back off, Merda.
I think she's just gonna glare at him and just keep glaring at him. Do a stare contest.
Are we gonna make this into a willpower battle?
Sure.
Well, we'll go ahead and save that for next episode then.
The plot thickens.
And I think that's a good place for us to end. Real quick, let's do some advancements. Everybody gets 1 for another session completed. Merda, I want to give you 3 total because I really enjoyed your role-playing. Muttering about idiots as the boat starts to turn into a rock, just hanging out on the dock to watch these guys duke it out, and then just running up and kicking Tony. Those were all really great moments for me. Tony, I really enjoyed your performance as well. So you're going to get an additional 1 for your initial response for Fluffles being gone, and then another 1 for just turning around and hiring the boat to take you back out there. So 3 total for you. Tajmil, you're going to get 1 extra for admitting that stealing is part of your essence, and you're like, yeah, this isn't your boat anymore. And then Lord Falcom, I'm going to give you 2 for taking charge and becoming the leader when you really don't want to.
Failing very badly. But, yeah. Okay, so I got 3 total.
3 total. So it should be 2 for Tajmil, 3 for Tony, 3 for Falcom, 4 for Merda. And that should do it. Thank you guys very much for listening in. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mistborn and all related properties are owned by Brandon Sanderson and Dragonsteel Entertainment. The Mistborn adventure game is a product of Crafty Games. Special thanks to Steve Argyle for letting us use his artwork for the logo, and to Boardroom Design for putting the logo together for us. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at LLOS Podcast, or give us an email at lostlegendsofscadrial@gmail.com. We hope that you'll like and share and give us a review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.